welcome to this video of my channel, The Mental Traveler. I'm Carolera, and today I'm going to be talking about the third and last season of a British TV show called Broadchurch. I've already done a review for the first and second season in another video, but yes, season 3 began airing in February 2017 and it ran for 8 episodes that lasted about an hour each. Its two main protagonists returned, David Tennant as Alec Hardy and Olivia Colman as Ellie Miller, as well as some other familiar faces from previous seasons, but we also are introduced to new characters. Before I begin, let me just say that this will be a review with mini spoilers, so if you haven't seen Broadchurch, beware. Back in 2016, I fell in love with David Tennant, and so I went through this phase where I saw everything he was in. That's how I became aware of Broadchurch, and I saw the first 2 seasons and I loved them. I thought it was a really well done production, and I was really looking forward to revisiting this town and its people in season 3, although of course I was really sad to hear that it would be the last season. Season 3 deals with the sexual assault of a middle-aged woman by someone whose face she cannot see while the attack is happening. Throughout 8 episodes, we see Detective Inspector Alec Hardy and his colleague Ellie Miller try to identify who the rapist is. And I think it takes place about 3 years after season 2. They have several suspects, and of course at the end there is a twist. So many maybe not even suspected who the guilty person was until the very end. As with previous seasons, the third one is intended to make you believe in every episode that someone is guilty, only to end up proving that you've been fooled. But not everything has to deal in season 3 with the sexual assault case. We get to see what's happening in the lives of the characters that we came to care for in previous seasons. And of course I love everything that happened to Alec Hardy, whether he was going on an arranged date with a stranger or whether he was growing closer with his estranged daughter. Another storyline though that really appealed to me was that of the Latimer family. We see how each member is coping with the aftermath of Danny's death. Danny was a boy who was murdered in season 1, but even though everyone knows who killed him, in season 2 his murderer gets away, walking free without being sent to prison. And so that really takes a toll on Danny's family, and we see this really clearly with his father. And I thought all of that plot was handled really well. It was so sad but realistic and touching, and I liked how Danny's mother appeared to be stronger outwardly, even though we know that it still hurts. But she's trying to cope with it by helping other women survive some crisis. In comparison, her husband is shown to be really vulnerable, and in the end they were just both in pain but expressed it differently. But that made it unique, and I thought that way their story ended in the final episode. It just couldn't have worked out any other way. And I guess also that one of the storylines that I liked was that of the woman who runs the newspaper, because I'm a journalist as well as she, and we get to see how people can end up writing in the internet in a blog when it gets too tough working in the media. It was just an interesting thing to see for me. I liked this season, although not as much as the previous 2. That's why I give it a 4 out of 5 stars review. It was good, and everyone did a really wonderful job with the acting. But at the end, when we discover who the rapist is, even though it sheds light into all these horrible issues like bullying and peer pressure, I just didn't feel the same emotional impact as I did with the previous 2 seasons. Still, I thought that they handled exceptionally well what happens to some woman after they've been raped. From showing the different stages she goes through after the attack, having a supporter, explaining to the survivor as well as to the audience what's going on, even when they're dealing with PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. We really get to learn about these sort of cases and how the authorities handle them, at least in England. But yes, I believe that for the moment this is all I have to say about Broadchurch. I hope you all enjoyed my review of season 3, and whether you agree with me or not in anything I said here, please let me know, as well as share your opinion of what you thought this season was like. I would love to discuss this amazing show with you, and talking will make more bearable the fact that it's ended. In the description box below you can find a link to the IMDb page for Broadchurch, as well as a link to my review of season 1 and season 2. I'm Carolera, the Mental Traveler. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I wish you an awesome day. Goodbye!